Hi, this is Lauren Shields with Fox 47 News. I'm here with Nicholas Berry, owner of Blue Owl Coffee in downtown East Lansing. Nicholas, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. So I want to start at the beginning because I remember when you were a coffee cart downtown, but now you're a brick and mortar. Can you tell me a little bit about your journey?
Well, it's we are going on our fourth year. We'll be 4 years old in April, and we started as the bike, like you said, and then we opened our Rio Town shop probably I think 6 months after we started doing that, and then it took off, and that neighborhood took a hold of us really good, and so we started to look at what we're going to do in the future, and East Lansing opened up next. That got some good traction. A little weird this year, but the students are in and out. And then Old Town was our newest one, and that's starting to take hold. We haven't really had a good season with the Old Town neighborhood yet, so we're still feeling that out. But other than that, we're having a good time.
I love to hear it. Absolutely. You're expanding, you're growing very fast. So that's a lot to be proud of. Speaking of, nowadays things being so different, what are some of the innovative things that you've been doing during the pandemic?
Innovative. That's a not the word I would choose. We actually backtracked quite a bit, looking at how we expanded and things like that. It was very fast, and we realized as we grew that fast, we had some holes in our ship that needed to be plugged, and so we spent a lot of this time really honing in on where are those at, how do we plug those leaks, and actually do our work better and more efficiently, and run very lean as we possibly can to keep the costs down. But then the second stage was looking at our mission statement. Why did we start this whole thing? What was the whole point? And once we started looking at that and decided to go back to everybody's experiencing this pain, everybody's experiencing the struggles and how to keep things floating. So let's step outside of our moment, our loss, our struggles, and go, how do we engage our community again in this time that we're not allowed to actually engage? So we started looking at things like how do we give back, how do we reach out, how do we build bridges where there aren't any anymore. So that's really what we started looking at. So we launched things like our direct order app on iPhone and Android, taking the phone orders, doing like even Uber Eats, like we do that in our East Lansing store. But then it just became about how do we give back to our community? How do we actually open up the doors to say, we're still here, we're providing the consistency of hope and conversation that we wanted to, but then how do we welcome other businesses to join in with us? How do we get our community looking out, stepping out beyond what they're experiencing and joining together as community to rebuild? So that was a really long way of saying we wanted to give back.
So can you elaborate on that? Some of the things that you're doing with other businesses to give back?
Yeah, love to. We started a campaign called Community Coffee Spotlight. That was one of our investors' ideas. And he was like, "Look, there's a whole group of people that don't know how to put. They're stuck at home and they can't do anything to help people and stay inspired and keep going and say thank you for what you're doing." And so he was like, "Let's see if we can get companies to donate, and then in turn we give coffee to say frontline medical workers or teachers or veterans, things of that nature, just different ways to say the community's with you. We're kind of middlemaning. Here's a little bit of comfort that you used to be able to get on a daily basis, but we wanted to hand it off to you." So that was one of those ways. The most recent one is our Border Water and Light collaboration thing that we're playing with. They have a Pennies for Power program, which is set up to keep families warm during the winter when the heating costs go up. And since everybody's got to stay home, and a lot of people don't have a lot of income at this point, we wanted to do something that says, hey, we understand and we want to be a part of keeping the comfort in your home when we can't offer the comfort in our little sanctuary here. So what we did is 10% of our bean sales and merchandise sales through the month of December are going to that campaign. and then we're inviting other companies to jump in and kind of do a coffee-a-thon is what we're affectionately calling it. So every 10 pounds of beans that we sell in the month of December, companies like Board of Water and Light are chipping in another $20 to add into the pot to keep families warm and safe during the winter.
That's incredible. So where did this idea come from exactly? What inspired you to pursue this?
I was bored. I was running the Old Town shop on my own and just sitting here thinking about what can we do? How do we engage our community? Because we don't have our outbound events. We don't have people coming in to see shows or share their art or things of that nature. So how do we do this? And I remember when we were back on the bike, we did another version of the coffee-a-thon, and it was to raise money for the Beekman Center. And that took off really well. Like, it was a small thing, but we raised, I think, almost $2,000 just on our little coffee bike this way. And I was like, well, this is another great opportunity because people can't do what they've usually done in the holiday season. And so we wanted to open the door for our community to give back and be the consistency that we wanted to be in givers in this community. So it's what we said we'd be, so that's what we do.
I love it. So are your locations open right now, or are you only delivery and pickup?
We are open. There is no in-house seating, so you can walk in, order. We have limited people that can be in here. Like the Old Town, I think I can have 8 people at a time. So you can walk in and order, but if it gets crowded, I got to say, hey, step out. I'll make you a drink and bring it out to you. The app is the best way. Like, if you want to get a coffee, order ahead. It'll pop up right in our shops, and we'll get you taken care of. Really quick and easy.
Awesome. And for those who want to download this app, it's just Blue Owl Coffee in the App Store?
Yep. Search Blue Owl Coffee, and you should be able to find it.
Awesome. Easy enough. So what would you say is the future of Blue Owl Coffee?
The future is we are still looking at our goals. We want to have 10 cities in 10 years. That might have slowed down, but we have a lot of opportunities in front of us. And with what we're learning in this shutdown and pandemic situation, I think we're going to come out a better business than we went in. And I think we'll have a lot of ways to grow in a unique community setting that we didn't have before.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. It's been an honor to have you here.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. This has been Lauren Shields, Fox 47 News.